Hello everyone. My name is Mr. Zapron Ernest. I'm a teacher at Al-Muntazili Islamic Seminary, Girls Wing. Today, I'll be taking you through area, perimeter, and the volume of different shapes. Now, to start with, I'm going to talk about area of a triangle. Now, to find the area of a triangle, we need to know the formula, which says area of a triangle equals to half times base times height. Let's see the worked examples. How do we use that formula to answer questions? Okay, now we have question A here. The question is, can you try to work out the area of each triangle you see there? So we have Roman 1 there, we have Roman 2 there, and we have Roman 3. So how do we find the area of a triangle? So by the formula we say area equals to a half times base times height. So area will be equal to 1 over 2 times base. Base is this side here, 4.1, times height, which is this side there, 2.6. Now you can see that these 2 and 2.6 can be simplified. So go ahead simplifying that. This will be equal to 1.3. Now, what is the area? Area will be equal to 4.1 multiplied by 1.3, and area will be equal to, you can use calculator to save time. So you do 4.1, okay? So do 4.1 times 1.3. The answer you get will be in centimeter square, okay? So when you do that using your calculator, you'll be able to see that 4.1 times 1.3, this will be equal to somewhere around 5.33. Then centimeter square, okay? Now, how about Roman 2? Roman 2 is, you do the same thing, that area equals to a half times base times height. Then area will be equal to 1 over 2 times the base. Base for this triangle is that side there, so 12.2, times the height is this side here, which is equal to 7.9. Okay, then when you do that, you find that area equals to these 2 and this 12.2 can be simplified, you end up getting 6.1. So the area will be 6.1 times 7.9. The answer you get, you can help me use the calculator to multiply 6.1 times 7.9. The answer you get will be centimeter times centimeter, which will be in centimeter square. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now for this one here, area, you use the same formula. Area equals to 1 over 2 times base times height, and this area will be equal to 1 over 2 times the base, would be that side there, which is 5.8, times the height. How high the triangle is will be 3.8. Okay, so this is meter and that is meter, so the area will be something in meter square. Now go ahead using a calculator, but before that, let me try to simplify. By 2, this is 1. By 2, this will be somewhere around 2.9. Can you see that? So you're going to have area will be equal to 2.9 times 3.8. So go ahead, use a calculator to do 2.9 times 3.8. You'll be getting something in meter square. I hope that is clear. This is a quick revision on finding areas of triangles, because I believe all these areas of triangles you have done in primary school. All right, now let us go to the next question here. The next question says, so you can pause the video over here and try to take some notes, but otherwise let me push to the next question. Question number 2. The length of the base, so this is a word problem. This is a word problem. You are given that the length of the base, so this is your base. The length of the base, B, is 8.2 centimeters. So this is the base. And it's the base. And here you are given A, meaning you are given area. Now this area is 39.77 centimeter square. Now work out the perpendicular height. You are supposed to work out the perpendicular height of the triangle. But before that, you have to remember the formula. The formula says that area equals to a half times base times height. But in this case, we know the area. So in place of the area, go ahead putting the number, 39.77. That will be equal to 1 over 2 times the base is 8.2 times the height. You see that? Now this you can simplify by 2. This is 1. By 2 that is 4.1. So go ahead writing 39.77 equals to 4.1 times the h. To find the value of h, this you have to divide by 4.1 on both sides, 4.1 both sides, and this will be cancelled. So the height, or the perpendicular height, will be equal to, take this number, divide by that number using a calculator. The answer you get will be your height, and that will be equal to that number, the answer you got here, in centimeters. That is your height. Okay, now after revising with you how to find the area of a triangle, now let me take you to other shapes, parallelogram, and later a trapezium. Let's start with a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a shape which has two pairs of opposite sides. Can you see that this side here cannot meet with this side here? Hence, these two sides are parallel. Also, can you see that this side here and this side here, can you see that they are not, they cannot meet? Now, the concept of two sides not to meet is what we call parallel sides. So this side and this side are parallel, this side and this side are parallel. Hence, a parallelogram. How do we find the area of a parallelogram? For the area of a parallelogram, we need to take base and then multiply that base by how high the parallelogram is. So in short, we say area of a parallelogram is base times height. How about a trapezium? A trapezium has two sides, this side and this side at the bottom. These two sides are parallel. So a trapezium has two sides which are parallel. This side and this side here, they are not parallel. The reason being, if you extend further those sides, they are going to meet. Hence, the other two sides are not parallel. So which are the two parallel sides in a trapezium? We have this side and we have that side. Now the two parallel sides are labeled as A and B. So when you see A and B, these are parallel sides. And what is the formula? The formula of the area of a trapezium is a half times the sum of the two parallel sides times the height. So let us see the worked examples. Work out the area of each shape. Solutions. Work out the area of each shape. Can you tell me what is the name of this shape here? Pause the video and try to write your answer somewhere if you know the name of this shape. But otherwise, I will move on. This shape here is a parallelogram. Can you see that this side and this side, they can never meet? Can you also see that this side and this side here, and this side over there, can you see that even if you extend further, the two sides cannot meet? Hence, a parallelogram. So area of a parallelogram equals to the base times height. What is the base here? The base is this side here, which is 7 centimeters. How about the height? The height is that distance there, which is 5. So what is the area of a parallelogram? The area of the parallelogram will be 7 times 5, which is 35. Centimeter times centimeter, this will be centimeter square. Hence, the area of a parallelogram. How about part B? Can you tell me what shape is this? What is the name? What is the common name? What is the common name of this shape? You can pause the video and try to figure out the name of this shape. But this shape goes by the name of a trapezium. So what is the area of a trapezium? So we say area of a trapezium is equal to a half times the sum of the two parallel sides times height. So what is the area? Area will be equal to half times. Okay. What is A? What is B? A is that side there. A is 12 and B is 18. So area will be equal to half times the sum of 12 and 18. Then once you get that sum, go ahead and multiply by height. The height there is 8. This is millimeter, this is millimeter, and everything is in millimeter. So the area will eventually be, finally be in a millimeter square. Now how do we work out this? It's easy. You just write area equals to 1 over 2 times. First add these two numbers, 12 plus 18, that is 30. Multiply by 8, so you simplify by 2, this is 1, by 2, this is 4. So area will be equal to 30 times 4, which is 120 millimeters square. Okay, so that is the area of a trapezium. So you can pause the video, you can pause this video and try to copy the notes and put the notes on your counterpart. Okay, let us see this question here. Now this question here is talking about the difference in the areas. It's talking about the difference in the areas. Let me try to push it down. What is the difference in the areas of these two shapes? What is the difference in the areas of these two shapes? Meaning, you need to find the area of this shape here and the area of that shape there, and then you find the difference. But before you do that, can you see that here we have different dimensions or different metric units? Can you see over here that you have millimeters, but over here you have centimeters? So you can't find the difference unless you convert centimeters into millimeters. In other words, make sure you convert centimeters into millimeters. So before finding the difference in areas, you need to have same metric units. And in this case, the centimeters, I prefer changing centimeters into millimeters, but you can do another way around. So now how do we do that? Let me change centimeters into millimeters. So you go to King Henry Daughter, which says 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. Now, how about 6 centimeters? Will be equal to cross multiply. So it will be 6 times 10 divided by 1. So the answer will be 60 millimeters. So 6 centimeters will be equal to 60 millimeters. Now go ahead changing 9 centimeters into millimeters. So this will be the same thing, that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. How about 9 centimeters? When you cross multiply, you will get 90 millimeters. So this equals to 90 millimeters. How about this? You can pause the video, try that. But otherwise, the work will be the same. That 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. How about 10 centimeters? How about 10 centimeters? That will be equal to 100 millimeters. Okay, 100 millimeters. So here you have 60, 90, and finally you have 100 millimeters. Now, how do we find the area? How do we find the area of each shape? I think you remember that the name of this shape is a parallelogram. So area of a parallelogram is base times height. So area will be equal to the base, which is 15, times the height, which is 12. You can help me multiply this, but 15 times 12, 15 times 12, you can do that. That is 15, that will be 30, okay, and then 081. So this is 180 millimeter square. Now, how about shape B? What is the area? The area will be equal to half times A plus B times height. Why? Because this shape is a trapezium. So A for area will be equal to half times A plus B. Now A will be this side here. A is 6 and B is 10. So go ahead adding 6 plus 10. The answer you get multiplied by the height. Here the height is 9. Before you simplify, you have to add. So area will be equal to 1 over 2. 16 plus 10 is 16 times 9. Sorry, we made a mistake here because like I said, this is 6. This is 6 in centimeters. But can you see that you have millimeters here? So instead of using this 6 centimeters, you are supposed to use 60 millimeters. Okay? So just a small correction there. So instead of using these numbers here, just a point of corrections there. Okay? Because I have to get the difference. So the difference must have same units. So area will be equal to 1 over 2 times A will be, instead of 6 centimeters, I'm going to use 60 millimeters because these millimeters have to be the same metric units. Okay? So we have 60 plus 90, 60, that is A, and 100. Okay? Sorry for that. Times height is 90. So now, if you proceed further, you're going to have area equals to a half times 60 plus 100. This will be 6. This will be 160 times 90. Then, when you simplify this by 1, this is by 2, this is 1, by 2, this is 80. Now area will be equal to 8 times 90, this will be 72. 8 times 9 is 72, then 0, 0. This is millimeter square. Now what is the difference? The difference will be the bigger area minus small area. So difference will be 7,200 minus with 180. If you do that, you end up getting dash millimeter squared. Okay, so you can help me do this calculation and then put the answer there. Right, so let's go to the next question here. The next question here is talking about a parallelogram. It's a word problem, of course. This is a word problem. So we need to answer this question as follows. Okay, but before that, let me get enough space. Let's get enough space for that. Okay, now there we go. A parallelogram has an area. A parallelogram has an area of 832 millimeters square. It has a perpendicular height of 2.6 centimeters. What is the length of the base of a parallelogram? Now, like as I said before, if we have 1 unit millimeter, another unit centimeter, don't start the calculations. First, you have to convert these centimeters into millimeters. So how do we do that? Simple. We have to convert 2.6 into millimeters. So we know that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. Okay? How about 2.6 centimeters? That will be equal to what? Cross multiply. Then that will be equal to 2.6 times 10 divided by 1. So 2.6 times 10 divided by 1. If you use a calculator, 2.6 times 10 will be equal to 26. So 2.6 centimeters is the same as 26 millimeters. Now, can you see that I have now millimeters here and I also have millimeters there? So go ahead calculating the length of the base of a parallelogram. So a parallelogram has an area. So you are given the area. Area of a parallelogram is base times height. Now what is the area? The area is 832 equals to the base. Now what is the length of the base? The question is asking for the base. So I'm going to keep the b there for base, multiply with the h. H is the perpendicular height, which is given 2.6, but we got it as a millimeter. That will be 26. Now to find the value of b, you need to divide by 26. You need to divide by 26, and then this will cancel. So the b, which is the base, will be equal to this number, 832 divided by 26. So you can go ahead using a calculator, and then you're going to get base will be equal to dash, so you have to finish that, dash millimeter, because remember we have changed centimeters into millimeters. So you can help me finish that. The last question before I go to the area and circumference of a circle, then let us see the next part here. The next part there is talking about a trapezium. But before going to the question of a trapezium, you need to pause this video and take some few notes. Okay? So let us proceed now. A trapezium has an area. So you are also given an area. You are also given an area of a trapezium. The length of its parallel sides. You are given the length of two parallel sides. What is the perpendicular height of the trapezium? We are supposed to find the perpendicular height of a trapezium. But before any calculation, you have to change 4.8 centimeter into millimeter and change 5.2 centimeters into millimeter. How do we do that? We know that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. How about 4.8? When you cross multiply like that, you get 10 times 4.8. The answer you get is divided by 1. And you know that 4.8 times 10, this is 48. When you divide by 1, the answer remains 48. So 4.8 centimeter is the same as 48 millimeter. How about 5.2? You do the same thing, that 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeters. How about 5.2? That will be equal to, you cross multiply, so it will be 5.2 times 10, it will be 52. The answer you get divided by 1, so it will remain 52 millimeters. Okay, then after converting centimeters into millimeters, you can now go ahead applying the formula for the area of a trapezium, because over here you are given the area of a trapezium. So area for a trapezium equals to a half times A plus B, then times height. Do you know this A and B? These A and B are the parallel sides, which is given. The parallel sides are given. But I'm not going to use 4.8 centimeter and 5.2 centimeter. I'm going to use the millimeters, because here the area is in millimeters. So the area here, I'm going to put 1,500, because that's the area which we have, equals to 1/2 times. Then I took what is A. A is that these A and B are the parallel sides, and the parallel sides, one is 48 plus another one is 52. Then once I find that sum, I'm going to multiply by height. Okay? Now, 1,500, this is 1,500 or 1,500. This will be equal to a half times 48 plus 52, that will be equal to, I guess, 100. Yes, because this 10 carry 1, so this will be 100 times height. Now, before you move on, you have to simplify by 2. 1 by 2, this is 50. So area, which is 1,500, will be equal to 1 times 50 is 50. 50 times h, you'll be getting 50h. To find the value of h, what do you think I'm going to do? To find the value of h, I need to divide by 50. I need to divide by 50. This will cancel. So 1,500 divided by 50, this will cut that, and this will be 30. So your height will be equal to 30. But 30 what? 30 millimeters. 30. Okay? Now for now, we can stop here for today. And we're going to proceed here. We're going to proceed on the area and circumference of a circle. Now, so you can go ahead pausing this video and try to take some few notes. Otherwise, for today, let's stop here. Bye-bye.